Having reached the age of 38, Maya had long since abandoned the belief that life would bring sweeping changes or grand, momentous occasions. She had come to understand that life unfolds quietly, in the routine of paying bills on time, in the few plants struggling to survive and grow on her balcony, and in those small moments where she learned to cherish solitude rather than merely endure being alone. It was on a rainy Thursday evening, at a station where the train was delayed, that her life took an unexpected turn. When the loudspeaker announced a further 40-minute delay, the passengers sighed in disappointment. Maya sat on an empty chair outside a small coffee shop nearby. Moments later, a man carrying a worn leather bag approached and asked if the seat was taken. She looked up to see kind eyes and a hint of gray in his hair. Smiling, she shook her head to say no. For a few minutes, they sat in silence, watching the raindrops streak down the glass walls. Suddenly, the man began to laugh. When Maya asked what was funny, he explained that just 5 minutes before a presentation he had spent 6 months preparing, he had printed the wrong version. She laughed too, and their conversation began to flow naturally. His name was Arjun. He was an architect who designed public libraries. Maya was an editor at a publishing house. Their talk shifted from books to cities, from cities to travels, and from travels to childhood memories. Before they knew it, the 40 minutes had passed, and the train arrived. They continued their journeys separately. Maya assumed that would be their final meeting, but life had other plans. 3 weeks later, at a newly opened bookstore, she nearly bumped into someone carrying a stack of novels. It was Arjun. He laughed and asked if she had been following him. She laughed too, admitting she had been about to make the same accusation. Then came coffee, followed by dinner, and finally, long conversations that stretched well past midnight. Neither of them rushed things, for life had taught them that true bonds aren't forged through grand drama, but grow from small, steady consistencies. Their relationship deepened in the way they remembered how the other took their tea, and in understanding when advice was needed versus when someone simply needed a listening ear. Months passed. One autumn evening, they sat on the terrace, gazing at the city lights. A cool breeze blew, and the sounds of traffic rose from below. Arjun spoke softly then. "When I was younger, I thought love was supposed to be like fireworks." When Maya asked what he thought now, he replied, "Now, love feels like coming home after a very long journey." They fell silent for a few moments. The city glowed beneath them. Although the future remained uncertain, for the first time in years, that uncertainty didn't feel frightening. Instead, it seemed filled with endless possibilities. It was then that Maya realized this was the true magic of life. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this story. Kindly drop your valuable comments.